Good evening, viewers. Welcome to another edition of the Business Forum. This is your host, Beatrice Mboj, saying good evening. This is a special edition on the first Belgian-Gambian Investment Forum. This is the first trade mission from Belgium to the Gambia. We hope at the end of the mission, we will begin to see joint ventures, partnerships, and even factories and industries established in the Gambia to facilitate the exportation of made in the Gambia goods and services. Stay tuned.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to call Mrs. Ellen Imnazi, the World Bank Country Officer in the Gambia, to give a statement. Welcome, Mrs. Ellen.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's really an honor and pleasure to be here, so I thank the organizers for inviting me to share with you information about the World Bank Group's engagement with the Gambia. We do have an active portfolio of national investment projects, totaling about 85 million. And that's an ongoing work that we've been doing in the Gambia for a number of years. The World Bank is present in several important sectors. We have investment projects in energy sector, in agriculture, in health, in education. And on top of it, in light of the first democratic and peaceful transition last year, the bank was able to beef our portfolio and provide some $50 million in budget support to support the new administration to address some immediate financial constraints they faced after coming to the office. Gambia also benefits from regional projects on top of the national projects that I already mentioned. We do engage in the Gambia through our regional initiatives. The regional portfolio of the bank is about 50 million. And here again, we are present in the energy sector. Energy clearly is one of the key sectors, and we believe that addressing immediate needs in this sector will pave a way to investments, to improvements of social improvements in the household. So we do focus on that aspect significantly together with our colleagues and friends from EU. But we also consider agriculture and fisheries as an important sector. Therefore, we have a project in the fisheries, and that's the regional project. But social sectors, and especially education, cannot be overlooked. And in that sense, in addition to the national project where we provide investments in the secondary education, we also support the countries with the opportunity to advance their studies at the tertiary level. But I would like to believe that the World Bank is not only about finance, it's also a knowledge bank. And to that end, we do provide what we call advisory and analytical services. We have trust funds amounting to some 22 million. And through these trust funds, we are able to support the Gambian government policy deliberation. So the bank has been engaged in a number of sectors to this end, including governance, macroeconomic and financial management, agriculture again, social protection, health, transport, information and communication technologies, just to name the few. But that's the ongoing portfolio. Now, looking forward, I have to say that, again, in light of the transition and the first year of quite impressive and promising policy reforms and implementation reforms, the World Bank Group is eager to beef up its support to the country. And looking forward, we are now working on what we call the systematic country diagnostics. It's an analytical, yet another analytical tool. The purpose of this tool is to look at the challenges that the country faces, but also analyze the opportunities that have been unlocked as a result of the recent positive developments. and provide some pathways of what should be the interventions, whether it's policy reforms or investments, to help the country achieve the goals of eradicating poverty and boosting prosperity through the sustainable, in the sustainable way. So looking forward, and this tool, this analytical report, will also inform our engagement strategy for the country in the coming years. But we already have a pipeline of some investment projects in amount of about 90 million. Again, energy, not surprisingly, but also looking at the education, providing further support to the education sector, and providing further support, budget support to the country, and through that budget support assist with implementing important reforms when it comes to public financial management, governance, or reform of the state-owned enterprises. So we should be having the analytical diagnostic tool ready sometimes by summer this year, and I hope that that would also help investors and in general partners interested in working with the country to identify what would be the best ways to invest and promote economic development and well-being of the citizens. And of course, given the focus of the forum, I cannot, I shouldn't be silent about the private sector. I mean, we in the World Bank developments. So far, the focus has been threefold. One, help government to ease business regulations and therefore create friendly environment for foreign or domestic investors to invest in the country. Also help identify investment opportunities and access to finance, importantly. And last but not least, to provide advisory services, including advisory services to the state-owned enterprises to improve corporate governance. So in that, again, we work closely with IFC. We do have, the IFC already has an ongoing transactions in the tourism sector in particular, but we really hope that there will be more opportunities to come, and we will engage much broadly, and we look forward working with private sector counterparts on that end. If you would like to get more information about the World Bank, we have a small office here, so you are mostly welcome to visit us or visit our website and find more about our work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Small office, but very big office with all those programs and support projects. We express appreciation to the World Bank and their interventions in the Gambia in key strategic sectors of the economy. And a very important point, mentioned by Mrs. Allen, is the issue on capacity building, especially on trade policy or policy deliberations, and also building capacity in terms of advisory, And I think this is important because it helps in terms of, uptake of the support, extended by development partners. And the other point is also on the matter relating to investment laws and procedures and the support extended in that area. This is very important, for the Gambia at this point because we are a member of the WTO and a member of the WTO Friends for investment facilitation for development. And the key objective of the FIFID, which is the WTO Friends for investment facilitation and development, is to realize the harmonization of investment laws and procedures in member countries, to increase the level of predictability in investment destinations, and also to ease access for investors into member countries. I would now like to call, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Jocelyn Amalfi, representing the EU office in the Gambia, to give an overview of EU strategic programs and activities in the Gambia. Welcome, Jocelyn.
Your Excellencies, representative of the government of the Gambia, representatives of EU member states, representatives of the private sector, representatives of civil society, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and participants, good morning. As you all know, the Gambia is facing many economic challenges, and its economic performance has been severely affected by external shocks, a series of external shocks, sorry. But despite the economic challenges that the government has been facing, the Gambia has always maintained a fairly open trade and investment regime. Recently, the economy has started to recover following the sharp growth slowdown in 2016. And economic growth in 2017 is projected at 3%, with a strong rebound in tourism and trade and renewed interest from foreign direct investors in energy, tourism, agriculture, and transportation. These positive results are encouraging and could help the Gambia to become an attractive production platform and a key regional trading hub. Relatively low import taxes, a functioning port and customs services, and limited administrative barriers reinforce the Gambian position as a trading center. The service sector is relatively well developed, and there is a promising policy framework for investment, as most laws and regulations apply equally to Gambian and foreign companies. The government is aware of the weaknesses and challenges, with a strong intention in developing competitive private sector that will eventually boost the economy. A new chapter in EU relations with the Gambia has been opened in January 2017 following the change of government, marked by the determination of the Gambian government to re-engage with its partners at regional and international level, including through trade. And the new government has clearly indicated its will to quickly improve the investment climate in the country. So the EU is in the Gambia actively supporting the democratic and economic transition, together with the development of the private sector and the creation of jobs. And an important priority is to support the development of human capital in the Gambia, as 48% of the Gambian workforce is illiterate, which results in a high overall unemployment rate of around 30%. The Gambia relies heavily on the agricultural sector, which employs more than 75% of the population, and the industrial sector has been so far relatively weak and stagnant, contributing only to 11% of GDP. A fourth priority is to contribute to the improvement of access to electricity, access to credit and finance, better access to land, better protection of investors, and eliminate the obstacles to the payment of taxes. Also support the country's macroeconomic stability to improve the predictability of reform policies and good governance in public sector management, to send a positive signal to the public, to businesses, to investors, and tourists. And last but not least, to communicate and promote investment in priority sectors such as agribusiness, energy, infrastructure, communication and information, technology, and light industry. So to conclude, I can only commend this great initiative of a Belgian-Gambian economic mission in the Gambia. I can only invite European investors, companies to develop businesses in the Gambia, and also encourage Gambian businesses to export to the European Union. And as EU representative today, I have to reiterate that Gambian businessmen and European investors and Gambian government can fully benefit from the full support of the European Union for the development of trade facilitation with the Gambia. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Amalfi. I think that was a brilliant statement. And I must commend you for also doing a good job on behalf of GAIPA in your statement. raising awareness of some of the investment opportunities in the economy, and also positioning the Gambia, as a hub. I very much agree. With you. The Gambia is strategically positioned, as we all know, being the beneficiary of a number of trade preferences. The latest one being the China trade preference, which is being extended to the Gambia. And that will allow the export of Gambian products into the Chinese market. So you see the benefits already for investing in the Gambia. Because you invest in the Gambia, you become a Gambian business, and as a result, you are eligible for all these benefits extended by our trading and development partners. Also, Gambia is a member of the ECOWAS, union, the ECOWAS framework, and the country benefit from the ECOWAS protocols of free movement of goods and people. We have the supporting protocols in the guise of the ECOWAS trade liberalization schemes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for being with us. I just want to announce a slight variation to the program. We were expecting the minister representing the Minister of Foreign Affairs to be here to give the opening remarks, but instead we're going to have the Vice President with us later today, and that's what will be dedicated to her. So at this point, we will jump this item of the program and move to the presentation of the Belgian companies here present.
So I would like to invite the Anglo-Belgian Corporation to come forward, if the representative is here. If not, we go to E-Law. Just a few items. One person per company, please. Just mentioning shortly the activities, the challenges that you're facing, the opportunities that you're seeing, the fields of interest, and the partners you would like to meet. Yeah? Thank you. So please, A-Law. And A-Law will be followed by all means.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Patricia Leers, Managing Partner of A-Law International Law Firm. We are a Belgian law firm, but at the same time European. Our main seat is in Antwerp, but we also have an office in Brussels. And I would like to say we have an international setup. With regard to the Gambia, I've been coming many years already to the Gambia, and we have now taken the initiative also to launch our Gambia desk, which is a dedicated desk whereby we actually are going to engage ourselves in order to raise the awareness of the business community, because that actually means that the time to entry the market of the Gambia will become much shorter. So, for me, this opportunity to be here, to be a participant, is to, I would say, to enhance the possibilities, the opportunities, and to look forward to meet a lot of companies, to become aware of the different sectors, the different opportunities and projects, so that we can inform our network, our business community in Belgium, but also beyond. As I said, we have an international setup, and so that's the reason why my participation here today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Leers. I'm expecting now Jean-Louis Demek from Allmates, and could Tom Dyer from Altea Group also line up, please? Thank you.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Jean-Louis. I'm here representing the company Allmates from Belgium. We're the training office in the food industry, and I'm here generally looking for people who are interested in working with me on importing of frozen foods and meats, fish, vegetables, fresh rice in general. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jean-Louis. Floor is to Mr. Tom Dyer from the Altea Group.
Thank you. Good morning. Altea Group is an international engineering and environment consultancy company with worldwide over 3,500 employees. We're working in 4 major sectors, which is spatial planning or urban planning, infrastructure, environment, and a large share of our activities are in water management, which covers multiple aspects of river basin management, port development, coastal protection, offshore management, you name it. So we're interested to learn about water management related issues in Gambia and see how we can be of support. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Dyer. I don't know if the people are here from Artemis Export. If not, we continue with Otto Redo. I think all these people are already in B2B meetings. I hope so. The people of BIX, please. Anyone from BIX in the room? I thought yes. I saw Clémentine Fourier. Welcome, Clémentine.
Thank you, Peter. Good morning, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I'm representing, my name is Clémentine Fourier, and I'm representing VIX, which is a subsidiary of Telecom from Belgium. And we are here to help. We are providing international connectivity, international calls, and roaming services to telecom operator and to mobile operator. And we are a leader in Africa in our business, and we are here to meet mobile operators and Gomtel to help them to improve their roaming services and their international connectivity. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Julius Breden. I'm from Caravel International, based in Belgium. We're in transport and logistics. We have an office in Senegal and also an independent colleague in Gambia. We're doing all segments of logistics, international logistics, full containers, chartering, any kind of logistics. And we're looking forward to meet importers and exporters and also governmental organizations who are in need of logistical solutions. Thank you.
Good morning, Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I represent a company called ECU Worldwide. We are also in the domain of transport and logistics, but we have a specialty called groupage, or better known as LCL cargo. So we are looking for importers that have the need to import smaller shipments, which we consolidate together. And we already have a fortnightly service from Antwerp into the Gambia. So we are looking to increase our frequency and assist you with all your logistic needs on smaller shipments. Thank you.
Morning, everybody. I'm Harry calling from French. We are a logistic service provider in the perishable sector. So I'm looking for people who are exporting into Europe, and maybe we can provide you with our services to distribute your products in Europe. Thank you.
Friesland, we shelter your business. We are a producer of pre-engineered steel buildings, very good for agricultural needs, aviation hangars, supermarkets, workshops, and we can deliver it very fast and very economical, and you will never be disappointed. You can call me Bob the Builder and I will be fast with you. Friesland shelters your business. Thank you very much. I'm here until tomorrow evening.
Good morning, everybody. Well, I'm originally from Gambia, living in Belgium. And we have a company called Gambia Diversity, which means to make a bridge between Belgium and Gambia in this area of agriculture, tourism, and clean energy. And our project main target is for the extreme poor people in the country. What we want to work with the extreme poor of the Gambian people in the rural areas. That's our main mission in this mission.
Jan de Noem stands for civil construction, dredging, and environmental services. We also have offshore services. It's a company of 7,000 people, family owned, turnover about 2 million euro. We're also worldwide active. People know probably our company from Suez Canal, the Suez Canal. In Africa, we recently completed projects for people like Dangote, 2,000 hectares in 1 year's time. Let's say that we have a very big workforce, a lot of vessels. We can I hear that Gambia is also focusing on its transport infrastructure. We can make ports like in Ghana, in Tabarau. We can bring in also financing. We can provide you with engineering. In fact, we can offer you the whole area of services to build ports, to build artificial islands. And maybe most important, we can also bring in financing. Recently, in Tabarau in Ghana, we were bringing in different places €400 million. Same recently in Benin, where we were bringing another €50 million for coastal protection. So we'll be very glad to discuss and exchange with the government, the relevant authorities about this subject. Thank you very much.
Good morning. My name is Nico Vertongen. I represent as Africa Director the Port of Antwerp. We are, as you maybe know, the #1 port in Europe for cargo to destination to West Africa. I'm here to have a first look and impression of the Gambia and the Port of Antwerp in particular. We have a Port Training Institute, which I would like to discuss with Gambian Port authorities about. We have consultancy services to offer, and last but not least, we are looking for investment opportunity in the port.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Stefan Leeuw, and we deliver broadband at your houses and your premises. So we build and deliver access networks, complementary to mobile networks, with very fast, high-speed internet, digital TV service, and telephony, and this at a qualitative, reliable service, and at affordable prices. So we deliver our solutions to all types of service providers and operators, and especially fantastic solutions for greenfield operators who want to be active in the telecommunication services. Thank you very much.
Dear Excellencies, Roma Plus has a great mission. We want to clean up the world and clean up Gambia. So it means that we have the technology to have some packing material, to make a plate of it, and to make pallets of it, so that we can clean all the material.
All right. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Koen Moenetlai. I represent Stopen and Meus from Antwerp, Belgium. We are a family business with a very rich history. Next year we will be 125 years old. We produce and supply car pieces for various industries, mainly for construction. So if you are interested in colors and color treatment for the construction, for your cement, for your concrete, for your mortars, come to me. We also have a second division, which is producing very high quality and very decorative mineral paints. Also in powders, we globally in shipping water to the other side of the world. If you're interested, come to me. I will show you a book with thousands of pictures for your retail businesses, for your homes, for your hotels. If you're a realty promoter, real estate promoter, let me know. We can supply very high quality products to you. Thank you very much for your attention.
Sluis International. Sluis International here. Soudal, Philip Ramasje. Oh, at your left side for Sluis International.
Your Excellencies, good morning. My name is Liu Sile, and I'm representing a company called Sluis International. It's a family company, and we support food and the beverage industry. We produce flavors, drink concentrates, and beverage emulsions. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. François Maas from Special Fruit.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all the representatives. I was the founder and still the non-executive board member of Special Fruit. I have 40 years of experience, so I now work as consultant. I'm as well vice president for Gcci. Gcci is an association of importers and exporters in Europe, and I represent the import side in Europe. So as my 40 years of experience in fruit and vegetables, I started consultant and I created a business in Dakar last year to support all chain from producing to the shop. That means how you can bring it in a higher added value from production into the shop, and we do this as a model in Dakar to see how it works. Do a social project again ourselves in Casamance, where we will have, so the academic year this year in Leuven by 5 bachelor and masters are doing a study about the Casamance, and they will be in July, August, all the time to again make a study of the market and the possibilities in the growing part and how you do everything in the market. So my question is to you: how can we work in a cooperation between Casamance and Gambia to work on the logistics, even explore your market, work together to give us a speed road to do this study and go to the market, where we even then can start exporting in West Africa to your port or your airport. Thank you very much.
Thank you, François. Frank Klaes from Switch Gear Company.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Frank Klaes, working for Switchgear Company. It's a family company in Belgium, and we produce switchgears. Switchgears are protection systems for medium voltage networks. We are very strong in Belgium, but also an international company for big states as Australia and Russia and South America. I started the business in Chad 3 years ago. We have a good reference, and now I'm here in Gambia, and I hear from the excellencies that energy is one of the priorities here, so it's time for me to come here.
Thank you, Frank. Apparently there are two kinds of brochures. There are a number of companies lacking in one version, so I'd like Mr. Dominic Busha from Serial Tester. If he's in the room, give him the floor. If not, Mr. Giuseppe Stefani from the Deme Group. Please, Giuseppe.
I'm Giuseppe Stefani, and I'm representing Deme or Federation International. So we are one of the world leaders in the television industry. We are a specialized contractor for all kinds of marine works. Specifically in Africa, we are present in all coastal countries, and we are missing Gambia. So as we are here to discuss those opportunities, Gambia is definitely an opportunity for us. In terms of coastal protection, which is a challenge, or the port development and the maintenance and its expansion, it's another challenge. And DEME is ready to take those challenges together with the Gambia. Thank you all.
Anyone else who would like to add something from his or her company, Belgian company? So actually the purpose is clear. We hope that you have enough information now you have seen them, you have heard them, meet them, talk to each other, listen to each other. The B2B timing of this afternoon, the program this afternoon will give you largely the possibility of getting to dialogue with each other. And now I give back the microphone to Mr. Lam.
At this point, ladies and gentlemen, I would also want to announce that the brochure on the Belgian companies, have some commissions for a number of businesses. But this will be updated and posted on the GAIPA website in PDF format. So you can visit the GAIPA website and have access to the document.
Thank you, viewers, for following us on the GCCI Business Forum. Our sponsors for the program are Ja Oil, they're the main sponsor. And we also want to acknowledge Mrs. Marie Juf of Chun Demba Enterprise on Kairaba Avenue. She provided the outfit. Thank you once again. This is your host, Beatrice Mboj, saying good night.